The following program is for adult audiences only.
This is
Eric and Gord. What if we're right?
Live right now.
Are you ready?
Find and like us on Facebook. Follow us on Instagram.
Well, hi there. Happy Monday. It's March 23rd, 2020, and I'm Eric, talking at you once again from Kelowna, British Columbia, Canada, where I'm not sure if I should be happy or disappointed that social distancing has had virtually no impact whatsoever on my social life.
I've been hearing that a lot lately from people.
But I can say, wow, did I ever pick a shitty year to try and get my stuff together.
Yeah, it's been an interesting one for you. There's no denying.
In the world of virtual racing, I want to say hi to Mike at Pit Lane Parlay. Virtual races happening all over this weekend. It was awesome to see. So check out everything they have to say about that on Apple Podcasts when you're done listening to us. Or check out the Functionally Dysfunctional show. They are good friends of ours, going through very hard times right now because of everything that's going on. But very good podcast. Before I say hi to Gord, I just want to say, if you guys remember, we had a amazing doctor on the show a couple of weeks ago named Dr. Benjamin Hardy. He's got a book coming out June 16th called Personality Isn't Permanent. Amazing book. I highly recommend you guys read it. And if you just can't wait till June, I have some advanced copies that I have the authority to give out to you guys. So if you would like an advanced PDF copy of his book, you can send me an email at gwynethpaltrowsvagina@gmail.com and just put in the subject line, personality isn't permanent, and I will get one of those out to you. That's enough of that for now. Gord, how are you?
I'm breathing. I'm doing what I can to deal with everything that's being dealt with, and I'm here and happy to be here.
That's all we can do. The one thing I do want to mention about it that it caught my eye just this afternoon and I thought was great. British health authorities are dealing with an unusually high number of complaints from people who have been masturbating with hand sanitizer. And they're saying, don't
That's
do
gotta
that.
cause some chafing.
So anyone who doesn't know out there, don't do that. Hand sanitizer does not go in the fleshlight. And how filthy is your junk that crossed your mind?
Yeah, that's like what? You can't wash your hands before you masturbate? Like really? Like this is the thing for you? You don't know how to fucking run your hands off some soap and water first? Come on.
I'd like to say that there was some other things to talk about, but I literally could not find one decent news article that wasn't coronavirus related. It's just taken over. It's all anybody's talking about. I didn't just check the internet. I've checked everywhere. There's nothing else happening in the world.
No, it's insane. I never thought I'd see the day when one particular thing would be all over the news more than anything else. I just thought, even wars, nothing ever compares to this.
Well, I can say this.
It's just insane.
For the first time in my life, I have to agree with this.
It's all fake news. It's phony stuff. It didn't happen.
I got to agree with him.
I've got a great one for that. I have to find the article first because it was just genius of CNN, from CNN, and we all know how much Trump loves his CNN.
Don't be rude.
Hang on a second here.
I
will get this because this is genius.
Okay, you got it there?
There it is. I got it here. Okay. So, it's all Corona all day. So, Nigeria, this is amazing. They have, their records, Nigeria records the chloroquine poisoning. This is the stuff that Trump endorsed, saying that this is going to be the treatment for coronavirus.
Yeah, the malaria treatment.
Exactly. Well, CNN is blaming Trump for there being a bunch of deaths related to people in Nigeria using this stuff because of Trump. Well, the funny thing is these people are ODing on this stuff because they're taking too much of it. And that's exactly what it is. They're overdosing from massive amounts. But that is like they mentioned that it's after, like, so they literally said health officials in Nigeria have issued a warning over this. I can't pronounce the term, the word for this stuff, the chloroquine. After they said 3 people in the country overdosed on the drug in the wake of President Trump's comments about using it to treat the virus. Now, look, you can't go blaming Trump because a bunch of people are stupid. You just can't. Yes, Trump said that this was a good thing, and Trump overtly lied about it in the sense of saying that the FDA had already approved it. No, the FDA has not approved it. That he is going to have stuff released right away. No, that wasn't true. But nonetheless, these people didn't die just from taking this medication. They died from taking too much of it.
Exactly. So, you can't just don't listen to anything anybody's saying right now.
Yeah. So whenever, and this is just that proof, whenever CNN says something, no, it's a lie. Plain and simple. So yeah, that's just the guarantees. CNN's just a big bag of horse shit. But yeah, that came
phony stuff. It didn't happen.
There you go.
I'm telling you, yeah, it's a bag of crazy.
Yeah, they're pretty, especially now. People are just saying whatever the hell they want.
Yeah,
and someone's gonna take it and run with it and call it the latest news. It's a sickness right now. It's more sick than the coronavirus. How quickly this is spreading, and just how the complete abandonment of common sense blows my mind.
I loved the story of the teenagers at spring break and the interviews with them. Yeah, that was just some of the greatest piece of fucking work I've seen in my life. It's like, we've been planning this for like 2 months. Nothing was going to stop us, and we got out here. And so what if we get the coronavirus? What's the big deal? And it's just like, you're so much part of the problem right now by saying this shit. You know idiot.
What? You could point out that the sun is supposed to do a lot for viruses. Not to mention these guys are out in the fresh air, and they're all in their teens and 20s. Like, there's no place better for them than on a beach right now.
The first 3 that came home, or one of the first groups that came home, 3 of them tested positive for the virus that they didn't have before they left.
Good. I think more people need to get it and realize it's not that bad and get on with their lives.
Yeah. The actual virus itself, and here's the neat thing, the actual virus itself, so for the 87% of the population, it literally won't even feel like a flu. It's just going to feel like a cold.
Exactly.
It's not gonna be that bad. It really isn't all that bad. You get a bit of the fever, you get a cough, your chest hurts. That's just very, very atypical stuff. It's really not a big deal. You'll get it and not even realize that that's what you had. So it's really not that big of a deal, as we've always been saying. The big deal of it comes is that it's got a relatively higher fatality rate when it comes to people over the age of 70.
Well, that's just it. Someone made the point, like, okay, if you go out and you have it and you don't know it, and then you talk to 10 people, and then they have it and they don't know it, and then they infect 100 people, and those 100 people have it and they don't know it, and they infect 1,000 people, then okay, if one old person dies after that, that's still tens of thousands of us who had it and didn't know it and just went, and it's fine. So I feel bad for the one old person, but come on. We're protecting the peanut kid here. We're ruining the economy to protect the peanut kid.
Yeah, pretty much.
So whatever. I don't want to bitch about it too much because I'll just get in trouble more trouble than I'm in, but just use your heads, people. And I don't know what the government's going to do.
And now speaking of this, I've got two amazing stories directly to this one. So I was out doing a bunch of shit this weekend. I was telling Eric off the air. For the record, I'm actually not going to share what I was doing on the weekend because I didn't do it to brag about anything, so I'm not going to tell you about what I was doing. But I had two separate instances. One was on Friday night. I actually went out for a walk by myself, and some dude pulled over in a car and started screaming at me about social distancing.
Yeah.
And how I shouldn't be out spreading the disease. And I'm like, you realize I'm alone, right? It doesn't get more socially distant than this. Outdoors, and you are the person who is now approaching me. That makes you the moron. Get in your car and drive away before one of us gets hurt, because that ain't going to be me.
That's the part I don't get. The closing of parks and beaches and stuff. Like, that's outdoors. That's where we should be.
Yeah, but people are going out there in groups, and they're out there hanging out in groups. They're meeting there, and they're meeting in groups. If people were just going out as like a couple or going out one or two people, nobody would, for the most part, not that many people would care. It's the fact that you got groups of 30, 40, 50 people that are all getting together because the same thing. Well, we're outside. Well, yeah, but you're all still standing there side by side together, directly interacting. The whole point of this is to eliminate large group gatherings. That's the point. Now it went from large group gatherings, now it's 2 because of idiots.
Yeah.
Now we're down to you're only allowed to be no more than 2 people.
It's not going to get any better anytime soon, because it's when the last person finally agrees to do it, that's when the countdown starts, not when we're all doing it. So until we all do it at the same time, we're just going to have to keep doing it. So
that's right. The other incident was when I had to get gas. And you'll love this, Eric. So I had to go get gas for my car. I throw some gas in my car. I pop inside to pay for it because I also wanted to grab a drink. And just as I'm coming out, there's this lady standing there screaming at this dude who's on his way in to do something else. And I come out, she's arguing. She goes, and you're part of the problem. What are you doing out here? And you shouldn't be here. And I look down and go, who the fuck are you? You're here.
Yeah.
Well, I'm here to – I said, you have no argument. Get in your car and stop being an idiot.
Right.
And she just sort of stopped and looked at me, and just, I guess the realization kind of hit at that moment that she was just being completely erratic and made no sense at all, and she just got in her car and drove away.
Yeah. Well, you're not supposed to be here. Well, you're here. Yeah, but that's
That's different because I'm me. Shut up, and eat a bullet, you fucking twat.
China.
Now, that's the other thing. I got to bring this up. Trump getting in trouble for calling it the China virus, and then Trump digging his heels in for this, saying it is the China virus. That's where it came from. Get over yourself. It's not a big deal. So it's not racist. Get over it, because it's just because people have a racist reaction to a statement, which it's not because people aren't doing this stuff because Trump called it the China virus. No. People are afraid of Chinese people because it came from China.
Yeah, exactly.
It's irrational. It's irrational either way you slice it. But regardless, they're not doing this stuff because of Trump. And during the news conference, oh my God, have you seen it, Eric? It is absolutely pricelessly funny.
No, I'm social distancing from the media.
Oh my God. So this female reporter gets up and she's like, about calling him out for calling it about it being like, how do you not feel that it's a racist statement, calling it the China virus? You have all these people being like these Chinese Americans being attacked, and Trump goes, basically said, he goes, and every time she kept saying, Trump just goes, it's because it's from China.
Yeah.
Because it's from China. And then he looks at her and he goes, it's from China. And he literally mocks the word China, says it like a Chinese person would say. He goes, from China. Right? It was, I couldn't stop laughing. It was pricelessly funny. The fact, again, that they're trying to blame him for other people's actions instead of holding each other responsible.
Yeah.
Which is rampant, because you heard about EB Games, I'm assuming.
No, I didn't. I